Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the next What My Kids Eat in a Day. Let's get right to it. For breakfast, I am making a frittata. I'm going to start by browning some sausage. This is actually mild Italian turkey sausage bulk. I'm breaking it apart as I go, then I'm going to remove it to a plate. Then I'm going to cook some diced onion for a few minutes and add some diced bell pepper, shredded kale, and minced garlic, seasoned with some garlic parsley, onion powder, smoked paprika, salt and pepper to taste. Then I'm going to add the sausage back into the skillet and give it another toss. Be sure to spread this mixture evenly in the skillet and flatten with a spatula if necessary. Now you're going to remove it from heat and spread some cheese evenly and set aside. Into a bowl, you're going to whisk together about 8 eggs, some heavy cream, parmesan, and some seasoning to your liking. You're going to just give this a whisk. Now gently add it to the sausage and veggie mixture. You want to make sure that you do this evenly so you don't have a lopsided frittata. Then you're going to bake this in the oven for about 10 minutes at 400 degrees. Remove from oven and let it cool for a few minutes. Garnish with parsley, and here's our breakfast. For their smoothies today, I'm going to add some juice of 1 orange, about a half to 3/4 cups, a half a cup of yogurt, some frozen pineapple, banana, frozen cauliflower, and 1 packet of frozen dragon fruit. You can find these in the frozen aisle of your grocery store. Then I'm just going to blend this until smooth. And here's their smoothies. Look at that gorgeous color. For lunch, I'm going to finally use this butternut squash that has been sitting on my counter for over a week. My youngest son was feeling a little under the weather, so I'm just going to make some soup. So I'm just going to carefully peel, remove the seeds, and cut into cubes. Then I'm going to add them to a sheet pan along with some carrots and apples. I'm just trying to use everything that I have before they go bad. And now I'm going to toss some olive oil, salt, pepper, and a couple of tablespoons of maple syrup. Place a head of garlic in an aluminum foil. Then I'm going to drizzle with olive oil and cover. Place it with the veggies and bake for about 30 minutes at 400 degrees. The garlic could probably use another 15 to 20 minutes, but I was short on time. So you're going to remove that from the oven and let cool. In the meantime, add a little bit of olive oil into a pot and saute some diced shallot for a few minutes. Then you're going to gently squeeze the garlic in with the shallot. Add some ginger powder, curry powder, and torn sage leaves. Give it a toss for about a minute, and then you're going to add some broth. Let this come to a soft boil, and you're going to add the roasted veggies, and then you're going to also add 1 can of cannellini beans. I personally love adding beans into soups like this because it gives it a little bit more protein, and it also gives it a nice texture, but this is optional. And now I'm just going to season with salt and pepper, and after about 5 minutes, use an immersion blender to blend until smooth. You can also use a blender. If you do use a blender, please make sure that you blend in batches. Once it has come to a smooth consistency to your liking, you're going to stir in some heavy cream, and I'm also going to grate in some freshly grated nutmeg. And now we're just going to let the soup cool down a little, and now I'm going to make some grilled cheese sandwiches. Spread some butter on some bread and top with some grated cheese, and then you're going to spread some butter on the other side of the bread. And now I'm just going to add this to a waffle maker and cook until golden brown. And I personally like cooking this in a waffle maker because I prefer the crispier texture. I mean, look how good this looks. And now we're just going to cut it in half and serve it with their soup. And here's what they had for lunch. So my plan was to make chicken Alfredo for dinner, but decided to do something different because I have some leftover rotisserie chicken that I wanted to use. So I'm going to start by cooking some jumbo shells. In the meantime, I'm going to make some Alfredo sauce, melt some butter on low heat, and then add some heavy cream, milk, salt, lots of black pepper, and some garlic powder. Cook this for a few minutes until thickened, and add some Parmesan cheese. Cook for a few more minutes and set aside. Into a large bowl, combine some rotisserie chicken, cooked broccoli that has been chopped into smaller pieces, some ricotta cheese, garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, and some salt and pepper. Next time, I'm also going to add a little bit of Alfredo sauce in here next time. All right, so we're just going to toss this to combine. And now you're going to add about a cup of the Alfredo sauce to the bottom of a baking dish. And now place about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the chicken mixture to each jumbo shells. I was able to make 16 shells with the mixture. And now you're going to pour the rest of the Alfredo sauce on top of the stuffed shells, add a splash of milk, and reheat if the sauce has become too thick. And now I'm also going to add some shredded mozzarella. You can add as much as you like. Then we're going to bake this in the oven until the cheese has melted, about 10 to 15 minutes. This was so delicious. I sprinkled some parsley on top, and here's our dinner. Y'all, my 8-year-old has been asking me to make these Oreo cheesecake for weeks. It just seemed like a lot of work, but you just need to make this ahead of time because it needs to chill in the fridge for a few hours, and I actually made this right after breakfast. You'll need about 24 Oreos. Place 12 of the Oreos into a food processor or a blender and blend until they turn to fine crumbles. Add in a couple of melted butter, and we are going to use this as the crust. Place the other 12 in a Ziploc bag and crush it with a rolling pin, and my kids did that part for me. Okay, now into a bowl, you're going to add some room temperature cream cheese, some powdered sugar, and some vanilla extract, and mix this for about 4 to 5 minutes. Into a separate bowl. It's a lot of steps to this, I know. Add about a cup of cold whipped cream, some powdered sugar, and some more vanilla extract. I'm going to whip this until stiff peaks form, about 4 minutes. And now you're going to fold in the whipped cream mixture into the cream cheese mixture. After a couple of folds, gently fold in the crushed Oreos. Now remove the Oreo crust muffin tin from the refrigerator and fill each muffin cup with the cheesecake mixture to the top. Then you're going to place this back into the fridge for at least 4 hours so that the cheesecake will firm. This last part is completely optional, but my kids thought it would be great if I top each muffin with halved Oreos. So that's exactly what I did, and that's it, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Bye.